Hello, what is up everybody? Welcome to another Division video. I'm Dusk as always, and today I want to bring you guys, in my opinion, the best marksman setup. Now I'm going to start off with the abilities you should use, and the ones I believe you should use is, most importantly, Smart Cover. Now this will give you a huge damage buff, and I also advise you use the Trapper mod, as this gives you the biggest damage buff, and you can also use it in some situations to really debuff the enemy, so that's also a plus side of it, but primarily you're going to be using it on yourself to give yourself that big damage buff and enable you to lay down a lot more damage. And now for the other ability you want to use, either First Aid or Support Station. If you're using a Support Station, If you're using Support Station, I advise you use Ammo Cache. Now this will just enable you to be a little bit less careless with your ammo, therefore allowing you to add a lot more DPS down to support your friends. Now if you do not really care about your ammo situation, you want to be running the First Aid with either Overdose or Booster Shot. Booster Shot will give you another damage buff which can enable you to hit insane crits with an M44, which is one of the weapons I advise you start using if you're going to be a marksman. Now I'm going to move on to the talents here. As you see, I'm using mostly security ones here, with one in the tech. The one in the tech is the most important one. It's kill a hostile with any skill deployed to extend its active duration by 10%. Now this will help your Smart Cover and your Support Station, if you're using it, just last that a little bit longer. In fact, a lot longer. With this skill you can actually have infinite skills up. Like my Smart Cover never runs out because I've got a lot of Smart Cover buffs on my armor, and paired with this, with getting kills, it improves it by 10%, and it has a huge duration. It's insane. I really advise you guys use this. Now for the other ones, you can probably switch these out, but these are just the best ones I advise using if you're going to be that dedicated marksman in your team. Now firstly, I advise using Precision, and this will pulse them for 10 seconds if you get a headshot. This just enables you to communicate with your team a little bit better as who you're focusing on, and also just lets you know where the enemies are, as well as your team know where the enemies are. The other one I advise you running is Reaper. This will help you out. If you run out of ammo, you can just quickly kill somebody with your sidearm, and that will give you 30 rounds for your primary weapon. Now this last one is probably one of the best perks in this game, if not the best perk in this game, and it's Headshot a hostile to have a 50% chance to not consume the bullet. Now this works insanely well, especially with a shotgun, but that's for another video. Being a marksman, you want to be hitting the headshots all the time, so this will just allow you to have a lot more uptime on your weapon and not have to reload as much, which is awesome as usual. Now as for the other stuff, I advise running an assault rifle along with your marksman, and also a pistol and not the shotgun sidearm, because you're kind of sitting back, so a shotgun's going to be useless. The assault rifle is a very good weapon. You can kill people in medium to close range, and even burst fire at long range, so I really advise using one of them if you're going to be sitting back. It's just a very good backup weapon. Now as for the sniper, you can use anything really, but I advise using one of the bolt action ones or an M1A, because they lay down the most per bullet damage, should I say. Another thing I do advise is trying to run with some gloves with some marksman rifle damage bonus. I've been lucky enough to get assault rifle on this and damage to elites. I love this gloves, and I really advise you guys try and roll one, or maybe you'll be lucky enough to get one to drop like I was. Now as for the last thing, you want to focus on firearms and electronics, not so much stamina. I know all my skills are all pretty high, they're all at 2k, but that's just because, I don't know, I like just having a even character across the board. But if you focus in firearms and electronics, that allows you to do the most damage. A lot of people actually think that just go all out firearms, but that's not the case. If you're going to be using a smart cover, you want a lot of electronics, as that will boost that damage buff and the duration and also the proximity of it. So that's just going to help you a lot with being a dedicated marksman. And I believe that's all for this video today, so if you guys have enjoyed, please be sure to hit that like button and maybe even subscribe. There'll be a lot more of these kind of videos coming along your way, as I'm going to be working on a lot more in the future. So if you like this kind of thing, definitely hit that subscribe button. And that's all from me today, so I guess I'll see you in the next one.